It's the local nonprofit that's transformed the lives and rooms of over 40 Bay Area children that are in need of uplifting after traumatic life experiences. Here to tell us more about Room Redux is the Executive Director-Tracy Sarge. Tracy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Now, when it comes to Room Redux, give us an overall view of who you are as an organization.
So we're a nonprofit, like you said, that transforms the rooms of children that have been physically or sexually abused. A lot of the times, kids will go through counseling and then they go back to the same room where the abuse happened, and we're expecting them to heal from the trauma. So we come in and we give them a complete new room, top to bottom, whatever they need.
That's absolutely beautiful and work that is definitely needed. And when it comes from transforming the room, how do you do it? Is it painting and redoing the decor, everything?
Yes. Everything. So we've had rooms where we've done lighting, window treatments, flooring, we paint, we do always a new bed, always brand new bedding. Sometimes we upscale furniture, sometimes we use new furniture, but we completely transform it into a new space so that it's just free of the triggers and it gives the kids a new, they can see it through new eyes, kind of.
That makes sense. And what about the volunteers that decide to jump in and help? How does that part of the program work?
We have amazing volunteers.
I believe
so
it.
People can go on our website, our social media, and volunteer. They will come and join us. All of our volunteers are required to do a background check. They all are required to sign a confidentiality agreement, but we have amazing volunteers, and they can show up for part of the transformation, the entire day, whatever they want to do. And then we can utilize volunteers throughout the year.
And when it comes to this organization, where did this idea first come from? How did it all begin?
So I actually reached out to them thinking they were local and was going to volunteer, but they were not local. They were in New Braunfels, Texas. And so the founder of our organization had been working with children that had faced abuse and realized that this was kind of a missing piece of the puzzle because of the fact that they were going back to the same space where the abuse happened. So her and her family started it, and then we started the first chapter of the organization out here in California.
Wonderful. I'm so glad that you guys started a chapter out here too, because kids obviously out here are in need as well.
Exactly.
And when it comes to referrals and finding these children who have gone through some of these traumatic experiences, how does that work?
Most of our referrals come from law enforcement, teachers, counselors, therapists, but people can go on our website. As long as the children are involved in counseling in some way for the trauma, they can go on our website and they can apply on the website with a referral.
And what is it like when the kids see this room and they just come in and it's completely transformed?
So honestly, the volunteers don't get to see the reveals because we really want to respect the children and their privacy. But a lot of the times the families, the caregivers will send me a video, and so myself and our founder will see it. And it's amazing. I never get through them without crying. I cry every single time.
And for you personally, what does this mean to you, Tracy, to know that the work you're doing is transforming lives?
It means a lot because I started at a time when I felt like there was a lot of discourse going on and I really wanted to make a difference, and I felt like doing it locally would do that. So it's meant a lot for me to be able to do this and to see the impact that we're having on people's lives and the impact it has on all of the people around them.
And the impact, I know, probably hits very deep with so many of the children. You also kind of get some inspiration from what they like when it comes to flipping their room, correct?
Absolutely. Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. So we work with the parents or the caregivers to make sure that we fill out a form. It says what the kids like, don't like, colors they like, themes they like. And then we also work really closely with the counselors and therapists to make sure to include any tools needed for ongoing healing.
And when it comes to transforming a room, some people hear that and they think it just happens with a snap of a finger. Can you walk me through that process, maybe how long it takes sometimes and what kind of teamwork it takes?
Yeah, so it usually takes us about 3 to 4 weeks to get everything into place to do it. We have everything set up. We start with an assessment of the room. We post wish lists so people can donate off of our wish list. And then we purchase any other items that we need for the spaces. We work with several local vendors that help us out a little bit with some of the things. And then we also we get the truck, we load it up the night before, we're ready to go. We are in and out in one day. So we get there usually around 8:30 in the morning and we're out by the end of the day.
Wow, so it happens that fast.
It happens all in one day, yes.
And what kind of skill set do volunteers and people who are helping with this process need to possess to be able to help?
They don't need any. And we have some people, it's great. If we have people that are contractors or electricians, painters, fantastic. Stagers, anything like that is always a plus, but you don't have to. We have volunteers that have never picked up a paintbrush in their life. There's lots of ways that we can utilize our volunteers. So, yeah.
And speaking of volunteers, I'm sure there's so many people who are listening to this now and probably want to get involved themselves. How do they do that? Or maybe somebody else that can get involved?
Yeah, they can just go to our website, or they can go to our social media account and they can volunteer. We're at bayareacali.roomredux.org, and they can jump on there at any time, or they can reach out to us. Our email and phone number's on there, so they can reach out if they have questions.
And when it comes to donations or funding these room transformations, what does Room Redux need currently?
Everything.
Like, bring it all, please.
Bring it in, please. Yeah, so all of our rooms are done with the use of donations, grants, and sponsorships. So we're an all volunteer-based organization. So we would love to take more furniture, but we're just lacking space. So we really need a warehouse or something where we can store the furniture. But yeah, they can just reach out on our website if they want to donate or sponsor a room.
And speaking of donations, you have an upcoming event, correct, that people can attend and maybe donate there as well?
Yes, we're very excited. So we have an upcoming event called Rooms and Blooms. It's going to be in Fremont, California at their new downtown event center on April 29th from 6 to 9 p.m.
Wonderful. Well, Tracy, thank you so much. One more time, the website where people can check it out.
It's bayareacali.roomredux.org, and they can go on Eventbrite and they can get the invitation or the tickets for the event on the 29th of April.
Wonderful. Tracy, thank you so much for the incredible work that you're doing and joining us here
Thank you. It's
today.
my pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. To learn more about Room Redux Bay Area, we'll have a link on our website at liveinthebay.tv.